Good morning. Finally live on Instagram and on Facebook. It wouldn't work to start with. Anyway, happening now. So it's Saturday and start of the weekend, and that's always exciting. I'm about to go to the gallery, and this is the last Saturday my Fire and Ice exhibition will be on display. And last night we had a beautiful piece activation outside the gallery. I made a large circle of paper, like the world as seen from outer space by the astronauts, and that was amazing. It took about an hour and a half, and people added pulp to it, and it's sitting outside the gallery at the moment drying. I'll pull it off the backing sheet on probably Monday or Tuesday. But for now, I'm feeling, we had my friend Carol brought her phone in and streamed Yoko Ono's Message of Peace last night. That was wonderful. So today, now it's probably night time in Reykjavik, and the laser light of from the Imagine Peace Tower will be streaming into the stratosphere. And you can go onto the Imagine Peace Tower website or Facebook book. I'm not sure if it's got a Facebook page, but definitely on the web, you'll be able to see that amazing light streaming into the stratosphere for all of us, from Yoko and from the people of Iceland, because Yoko talked to Iceland about having that Imagine Peace Tower there, situated there, of all places in the world. So I'm thinking of light, and yesterday I had I did my this was my piece from yesterday. Oh, the light's terrible. There's this big patch of light. It streams in from my window. I'm going to have to change it. There we are. And look, the light's coming in anyway. And this was about the candle and lighting the candles and the peace light. And I had too much ink on it, so I put some blank paper, like printed with it. So this is today's that I'm going to start with. So follow along with me as I create something with this piece of paper. Not sure what it'll be yet, but we'll see. There we go. So, I can't put some water on it. What's happened? That's right, because I've unpacked all my things from the car, all the water bottles and things, and I left my spray bottle there. So I'm putting some water on from my little dish here. Always improvise. Whatever you've got to hand is good. Never feel like you need a whole lot of expensive things or complicated things to make art. So for some reason I feel like putting these like emanations, light waves. Not sure if they're light waves, but they're waves of some kind. Perhaps they're waves of connection. I can remember doing something similar like this, but with blue lines, months ago. And it's a net. You can see it's a net now. But it's also a web. And if you think about how we've connected during this time, it's been through the web. And so while the web has a lot of things bad about it, just like nets have, containment, definitely. Yet there are other things that we need to be grateful for them for. Certainly with all the infrastructure in place, we were able to connect via the web during this COVID time. And I'm going to print, this is another piece of paper that I started printing from yesterday. I'm going to print that and see because I've got to mop up a bit of that. And that's interesting. Didn't make any difference on this piece, and yet on this piece it's taken away some of the lines, and also brought, you know, it's almost like, yes, there's a web, but the light's really streaming through here very strongly. And I take these little pieces as metaphors for what's going on in the world. I mean, you can read anything into art. But sometimes we do seem to stream in from the consciousness of the world. And you know, yesterday I was and somebody connected with me who was actually at the peace activation, the peace tower event that I went to last year. I mean, how's that for synchronicity? Now, I sort of wanted this blue, but I've chosen the wrong colour, which is aqua. But I'm going to mop that up a bit. And there's the blue in the corner, which is really beautiful, but this will get covered by the black. So let's see what happens when I put my little frame around it, which I've been doing since I started doing these lives during the start of the pandemic when we were in lockdown in April. And it's interesting how they've transformed my life. I've started looking at things in a different way. It started as quite an inward journey, and now it's really all about the outward impulse. So I'm going to bring some cobalt blue in here, which again is quite deep. But you can see there's almost a rainbow effect happening now. And because I can't use my spray bottle, I'm having to improvise quite a lot with the water situation. Again, we get this green that comes in on top of the yellow. But it's quite nice. And if I'd really planned things, which I don't, you know, I could have areas of real white. Look, isn't that interesting? You can pull away that, but you'll still get the yellow. And that's kind of nice to pull that away and get that as well. So I'm not sure what to do here next. Almost like I want to put those, I don't want to put the net in because it's been wiped out here. So it's just the faint suggestion of it. It's like, okay, we'll put a net around things, but in the end, we kind of break through. And maybe these little trailing edges here are these little areas that can't be contained. And I think the human spirit is really like these kind of frayed edges. It gets frayed, but you know, it will break through, it will break out. And like plants, it will go towards the light. So that's my impulse into the world today. Breaking into the light and feeling that energy of peace coming in. There. That's like that. It's like that. Yeah. So I hope you have a very creative, peaceful, and you know, happy weekend. Spread some joy. What does Yoko Ono say? Think peace, act peace, spread peace, imagine peace. So I'm giving you that thought and activation for today. The 10th of October here, but the 9th of October in Iceland at the moment, where the Imagine Peace Tower is streaming the impulse of peace into the world. And thank you, Yoko, and thank you everybody for watching, and have a great weekend. Bye for now.